Hi, I'm joined today by Dave Sattler, where we're going to be talking about building on a solid foundation on today's OI show. Dave Sattler, welcome and thank you for being here as a guest on our show. Dave, if you could just give the listeners a little bit of a brief background on yourself.
You bet, Millie. I spent about 28 and a half years with Alcon Labs in a number of different positions. The last position I held was the Director of Academic Development. And so I was responsible for interfacing with all the optometry schools in North America. It's a wonderful career. And since retiring from Alcon, I serve on a number of boards. First one being the Southern College of Optometry Board of Trustees in Memphis, Tennessee. And I also serve on the American Academy of Optometry Foundations board.
Well, that's the interesting one, Dave. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that because, I got this pleasant email from you out of the blue and I thought, I haven't seen Dave in a long time. I almost immediately responded. And there's some really interesting initiatives that the foundation is kind of pursuing. And one of those is around, I always use the term staff training, but they're more than staff in our office. I mean, they're really our teammates when it comes to caring for patients. But talk to us a little bit about the foundation's efforts around staff and employee training.
You bet, Mealy. So we did a number of different research projects with our membership. And one of the things that came up very clearly was a need for more services, more member benefits to help with staff issues. One of the issues with staff is staff training. And we found out that there's just a lot of different ways that doctors are trying to train their staff and not much consistency even in that across the board all over the country. So what we attempted to do is to consolidate a lot of the really great education that's out there. And believe me, it's hard to go find a comprehensive training program. You can pick off an educational program here, maybe offered by this company or one offered by this company, but nothing that really could jumpstart a new employee over the first 2 weeks of employment. That's what we attempted to do, and I think we've been very successful doing it. So what we have put together is a program, Staff Training Fundamentals, that really brings a new employee up to speed much more quicker than typically happens in an office. So the curriculum has 16 different modules, and it covers the gamut. So we'll start off with the basics. And of course, that would be ocular eye anatomy. Then we move to ocular disease. We've got dry eye and ocular health. We've got lensometry, lens types, lens materials, frame styles and materials, contact lens overview, properties of contact lenses, basic refractive laser surgery, the cataract patient journey, front desk basics, telephone etiquette, new dispenser quick start, and then finally, records and compliance, as well as healthcare compliance laws, which are the HIPAA and all those sorts of things wrapped up into these programs. Each one of these modules is approximately 30 minutes in length, some a little shorter. Ocular anatomy is probably the longest at about 45 minutes. But these are non-branded. These are very pure education programs. And again, we outsource this from some of the biggest companies out there that do education: Essilor, Alcon, Cooper Vision, so on and so forth, J&J. We access their materials, and then we were able to basically recreate these in such a way that none of the programs and none of the modules have branding on them, but they have all the proper education that does just what I outlined when we started this particular podcast. So the beauty about this is a free program. This is free to all American Academy of Optometry members, and it's free to any of their designated staff members. So, that's a benefit in itself as a member benefit. And the other thing that will happen is individuals, they certainly could cherry pick. You don't have to do all 16 modules. You can do what you want to do. I would encourage a new employee to go through all of them. Again, they're not very long. If someone does complete all of them, they will get a certificate of completion, which is kind of a nice thing for a new employee to have, stating that they've completed the course.
That's great, Dave.
We're excited about it, and I would encourage anybody who's an Academy member to take a peek. and certainly give it a try with their staff members.
Yeah, and you can actually visit the website down below. We have the link here for you, and you'll be able to click on that and access that if you're an AAO member. So, Dave, I think that is awesome, and I think there is a real void and a need for that. So excited about that, but there's something else that's really interesting too that the foundation's working on that you're looking at implementing really this year at Academy for several reasons, but it's referred to as the Bright Idea Pitch. And tell the audience a little bit more about that one.
You bet. So this is a new initiative that will be launched as a live event at this year's Academy meeting in San Diego. It's an important year for the Academy. It's the 100th year anniversary of our Academy, and it's the 75th anniversary of our foundation. So as part of that initiative, we're launching what we call Bright Eyes Pitch Competition. And this allows individuals, entrepreneurs, folks that maybe have a new startup company.
And within the eye care space, right, Dave?
Within the eye care.
Yep,
this is within eye care. Absolutely. This is within eye care. And also, so I don't forget, I'd like to mention that you do not have to be an Academy member to participate in this competition or to apply to be part of this competition. Certainly members are welcome, but you do not have to be a member to apply. So how this works, essentially, there's an online submission process that is going on right now. We just launched that on April 22nd, and it closes on Friday, June 17th. So in this process, an individual would apply, and as part of this application process, there's a 5-minute video that we're asking them to put together that is intended to answer a number of questions. This would be like an elevator pitch. What's the product or service all about? Why are you doing it? What need does it meet in the marketplace? Why is it special? Why is this something that is unique and different? So hopefully that will be captured in the video. There'll be some other questions they need to answer. So this will allow us to compare all the applicants. And ultimately, we're going to select 15 applicants. Of those 15 applicants, they will all get some benefits. The first benefit is a free complimentary booth valued at $600 at American Academy of Optometry meeting in San Diego.
So this year then, Dave, they're going to have us. That's awesome.
This year.
Great.
Exactly. So, and we're going to put all 15 of these winners, if you will, into a specific area. And we've called this the Startup Circle Booth area. Okay. So trying to get the word out on new things that are up and coming. Additionally, they'll be given an opportunity to do a podcast similar to what we're doing now to all of the Academy membership. And then finally, they'll also be given the opportunity to have a fireside chat with an industry expert. So here again, being able to talk shop, if you will, and hopefully as this process is being put together with this fireside chat, then we'll have a panel of judges, obviously, that gets us to 15, but then we're going to also have another series of judges that gets us to 5. The top 5 will actually get to present their product or service, their new initiative in a live format. So there'll be judges there, there'll be an audience there. We've all seen, these types of competitions work, one on TV that people might recognize as Shark Tank. It's similar to that, but a little bit different. We're not offering seed money, but we have prize money, if you will, for first, second, and third place. So in addition to getting the booth, the podcast, and the fireside chat, the individuals who are given the opportunity to do the live event, they'll be given a mentor, an industry expert mentor, to hopefully guide them in this live presentation, because it'll be a condensed time period with a very specific start and end time.
Dave, I think this is such a neat thing, because so again, you might have the best idea, but if you don't understand how to really kind of bring it through the finish line, it can be the best kept secret as well too. So I think it's really cool that you guys are providing that guidance from, again, people in the industry that have done this and worked through these things. And I think it should really encourage those that are hearing this, that have those ideas, that they say, I've always wanted to do X, Y, Z, or I see a void, or I see a gap. Because if you feel that, yep, this is something that's worthy, it sounds like there's going to be kind of not a team, but people that they'll be able to work and consult with to help them get this to a presentation mode, essentially, to more people.
Correct. And the other thing about it is it can be an idea that you might just have on that you've put down on a napkin or in your head, or it can be something that's a little further along. So we do have some guidelines, if you will, some requirements so that we need to follow to be able to apply. Number one is the idea or innovation must be focused on in eye care. It needs to be eye care related. Number two, the innovation must have raised less than $5 million in seed money to date. And third, the annual revenues must be less than $100,000 on an annual basis. And the startup idea needs to be less than 3 years old. So those are some of the basics that would allow somebody to qualify or not qualify.
Okay. So now we narrow it down to five. And now five, they're going to be presenting in San Diego. They're going to be working with these mentors. Tell us what happens after that.
So, well, we would at the meeting we will select three winners. So out of the five contestants, there'll be three winners, and there'll be some cash prizes. First place will get $10,000. Second place $5,000, and third place $2,500.
Cool.
So it's not a lot of money, but I think more than anything, it's the exposure with all the other things we're doing. It's the word of mouth, which we all always know is the best advertising marketing that anyone could ever have in our profession, in our academy's profession. So we think that's really the bonus. And then, as you mentioned earlier, it's that idea to be able to connect with some industry experts, some maybe folks that have done this before, and they can give some guidance and hopefully prevent people from going down the wrong path and maybe adjusting, course correcting, if you will, after having some mentorship along the way.
And then, Dave, attendees will be able to view this then, correct?
Yes.
Like you'll be able to sit and watch this whole process
Yes.
unravel for. Oh, that's great.
It'll be
I think it's
fun.
gonna be-
It'll be
it's gonna
fun.
a
And
great
we'll have some
process.
fun judges. We'll have some recognized names, some folks that have done some entrepreneurial work on their own, and some others that are just really good industry experts. So we think it'll be a fun event, and it'll be something worthwhile for those that have a bright idea.
I can't wait to see who the attendees are. Well, Dave, all I will tell you, it sounds like the foundation is just doing some phenomenal things, and I know you're a busy guy. I thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day and being with us today. I think this is just absolutely awesome information.
Well, thanks for giving us the opportunity, and look forward to seeing you and David and rest of our colleagues at our 100th year anniversary of the Academy and 75th anniversary of Foundation this year. Thanks so much, Mealy.
Thank you, and to everybody listening, thank you all for joining us for this episode of the OI Show. And cut. Dave Sattler, man, you didn't miss a beat. You are still game on all the time. I love it.
Oh, it's
I
fun. This is good
love it.
stuff. This
I
is
love
fun
it, Dave.
stuff.
Well, these are really, really cool initiatives, Dave. I'm gonna probably take advantage of both of these, the staff training and attending the Bright Idea pitch. I think that's gonna be awesome.
Yes. And so
It's gonna be
how's your
awesome.
family doing? I didn't get to ask
Great.
you that.
Great, Dave. Two daughters, 14 and 11 now, and they're doing just absolutely fantastic. School
Good.
is going great. We're actually, as soon as we wrap up here, I'm gonna head home, and we're heading up to Canada for the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
good for
so to visit
you.
family. Yeah,
Nice. A little
yeah. So
getaway.
great.
A-
Yeah, it is. It's all the family's going to be there, so we're going to get a chance to see everybody. And I don't know if you were aware of this, Dave, but up until a year ago, we couldn't cross the border. So in August, they finally opened it up, and we've been over a few times. But this is the first time where we don't have to get a COVID test now. They kind of keep relaxing guidelines and everything, so it's going to be nice.
Yes. I have two of my three daughters live up in Seattle. And so we go up there
Uh,
quite often and ski up in Whistler and, do that sort of thing. We've been blocked a little bit up there too, just like
yeah,
you were.
yeah. Well, Dave, next time you go, you'll be able to go. You'll
Yeah.
be able to go across, no problem.
Super. Well, have a wonderful time and
Dave.
hopefully our paths will cross again soon.
100%. Are you going to be at AOA in Chicago by
Not going to
chance?
make it AOA. No, we've
Okay.
got a trip to Yosemite planned. Our annual trip
Oh,
conflicts with that. So
good for you, Dave. Well,
yeah.
for sure, I'll see you at Academy then.
Awesome. Awesome. Look
Okay.
forward to it.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, big
Okay.
guy. Okay.
Okay.
Be
Safe
well.
travels. Okay.
Thanks, Dave. You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye bye.